Gated communities are built on a promise. Controlled access, constant surveillance, the idea that nothing happens unless it's seen. So how does someone disappear? Without a broken gate, without a triggered alarm, without a single camera capturing the moment they're gone. Tonight, we investigate a series of unexplained disappearances from places designed to be the safest of all, where the walls stayed standing, the systems kept recording, and the people still vanished. The gates are designed to keep danger out. They stand as symbols of order, of predictability, of control. Beyond them, the world feels contained, managed, observed. Keycards record every entry. Cameras watch without blinking. Security patrols move in quiet loops, hour after hour. The promise is simple: nothing happens here unless it's noticed. And yet, people still disappear. Not from alleyways, not from highways, not from places history has already marked as dangerous. They vanish from neighborhoods built to be safe. This is the unsettling paradox at the heart of suburban disappearances. It almost always begins with routine. A resident steps outside for an evening walk, a jog before sunrise when the air is still cool, a short drive to the store, milk, bread, nothing urgent, a path taken hundreds of times before. Security footage captures the moment they leave. Sometimes they wave to the guard at the gate. Sometimes they nod to a neighbor pulling into a driveway. Nothing about the moment feels important, until it becomes the last confirmed sighting. Because after that, there is nothing. No record of them leaving the perimeter. No alarms triggered. No emergency calls. No signs of struggle. They simply do not come back. Investigators initially reach for familiar explanations. Voluntary disappearance. A secret conflict at home. Hidden financial trouble. A life quietly abandoned. These assumptions have solved many cases in the past. But gated communities complicate them. Because leaving isn't simple. Every vehicle is logged. Every entry point monitored. Every anomaly flagged for review. At least, that's how the system is supposed to work. In case after case, the technology tells an incomplete story. Cameras malfunction during critical windows. Keycard logs show entries, but no corresponding exits. Security patrols report nothing unusual during their rounds. Systems designed to clarify instead introduce ambiguity, and the absence itself becomes the evidence. Neighbors describe the missing residents in eerily similar terms. Quiet, routine-driven, predictable, people who parked in the same spot every day, checked their mail at the same hour, walked the same routes, passed the same houses. They were known not because they stood out, but because they blended perfectly into the pattern. They were visible until they weren't. Searches begin where logic dictates. Inside the home, nothing appears disturbed. Beds made, dishes in the sink, lights off, phones are left behind, wallets untouched, keys still hanging where they always were. Cars remain parked neatly in driveways. Lives paused mid-sentence. At first, the community reacts cautiously. Gated neighborhoods are conditioned to feel immune. Danger is something that happens elsewhere, outside the walls. There's an unspoken belief that the gates themselves are a kind of shield. But as days pass, unease begins to settle in. Residents double-check locks. Security cameras are repositioned. Children are kept indoors longer than usual. Private group chats fill with speculation. Who noticed what? Who saw whom? Who didn't see anything at all? As investigators widen their lens, patterns begin to surface, but never clearly enough to offer certainty. Disappearances tend to occur during transitional moments. Early morning, late evening, shift changes for security staff, moments when routines overlap and attention diffuses. Not blind spots, just thin spots. In several cases, evidence suggests familiarity, not just with the community, but with its systems. Someone who knew patrol schedules, camera coverage, which gates were busiest and which were rarely used. Someone who understood how to move without drawing attention. Someone who belonged, or once did. This possibility introduces a chilling dimension, because gated communities are not anonymous places. They are intimate ecosystems. Residents recognize each other's cars, notice unfamiliar faces, track deviations from routine. For someone to disappear without notice, the act must blend seamlessly into normalcy, which raises an uncomfortable question. What if the threat wasn't an outsider at all? Investigators soon encounter another obstacle: silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of cooperation. Gated communities are deeply protective of reputation. Homeowners associations worry about property values. Management companies fear liability. Incidents are downplayed, details withheld, access restricted. Fear spreads faster than facts. And silence, whether intentional or not, becomes policy. Theories circulate quietly, that residents were targeted by someone inside the gates. That private disputes escalated behind closed doors. That proximity replaced anonymity as the weapon. In these environments, everyone knows where everyone else lives. Schedules are predictable. Patterns are visible. Privacy is assumed, but not guaranteed. But evidence refuses to align. No witnesses step forward. No footage confirms suspicions. No suspects hold under scrutiny. Each lead dissolves under examination. In some cases, years later, remains are discovered far from the community. A remote area, a wooded stretch of land, a place unconnected to daily routines. In others, nothing is ever found. No body, no belongings, no explanation, just a before and an after. Families are left suspended in uncertainty. Without proof of death, there is no closure. Without answers, grief has nowhere to settle. Birthdays pass. Holidays arrive. Rooms remain untouched longer than anyone expected. Hope lingers, not because it's logical, but because it's unbearable to let it go. What makes these disappearances especially disturbing isn't violence. It's restraint. No chaos. No public scene. No dramatic moment captured on camera. Just the quiet removal of a person from a place designed to notice everything. Over time, life inside the gates resumes. Security upgrades are installed. Lighting is improved. Protocols revised. New residents move in. Landscaping changes. Memory fades. But something never fully returns. The illusion of certainty. Because the gates did not fail. They did exactly what they were designed to do. They controlled access. They recorded movement. They preserved order. What they could not account for was intent. Intent doesn't trigger alarms. It doesn't always leave fingerprints. It doesn't announce itself. Intent moves quietly, patiently within the rules. And that is the shadow that lingers. Not the idea that danger exists beyond the walls, but the realization that sometimes it's already inside. End.